Hi, I'm Ashley Collier, the Mortgage Maven, and this is your daily market update for Monday, July 7th. I hope that you had a great holiday celebrating Independence Day with family and friends. I know that I did. And my heart goes out to all of those negatively impacted by the severe flooding in Texas. Many prayers their way. Also, in mortgage news, we closed the market 11 basis points worse in mortgage bonds and 4 basis points worse in 10-year treasuries. And this is on the heels of the one big, beautiful bill passing the House and the Senate. Now, there's a lot of talk about how this adds $3 trillion to the national deficit, and so that's why there was this negative reaction in the bond market. But 11 basis points was very mild, and I think a lot of that has to do with they're kicking the can down the road. But also, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said, hey, the congressional budget doesn't score for growth, and this bill could create a lot of growth. Now, on the real estate side, the bill didn't really change anything big, but what it did is it made some of the changes more permanent, such as mortgage interest deductible was made permanent. The SALT, which is state and local taxes, increased from $10,000 to $40,000 until the end of 2029. And mortgage interest deductibility cap was set to $750,000, and that's a permanent change. Another thing that Scott Bessent was asked about was the weakness of the U.S. dollar. And he said, hey, these things change. They've been this low. They've been lower. They've been worse. They bounced back. Look at the stock market. It's already bounced back. And look at China's currency. It's declined. The euro has strengthened because the European Union has increased their defense spending, and that has strengthened their dollar. But these things can change really quickly. So he's like, don't worry about it. OPEC Plus announced that they're increasing oil production, which is going to lower the cost of gas, which affects a lot of things on the inflation front. So that's really, really good news. And the percentage of homeowners with mortgages that are upside down, they have negative equity, has dropped to less than 1%. Now, if you compare 15 years ago, that number was 25%. So that's actually really good. And if you look at inventory, the news says like 32% year over year growth in inventory, and the sky is falling. However, we are still 13% below pre-pandemic norms. So the news the rest of this week is going to be pretty laid back, low key. We're going to get the Fed minutes. We're going to get the 10-year and 30-year bond auction, but it should be a pretty quiet news week. But you still will want to check in on the daily market updates. So have a great day, and I'll see you soon.